Hey, Julie.
Hey, Julie.
Welcome to Hey, Julie, the podcast for casuals, by casuals, about casuals.
Yeah.
BB26 here. It's BB26 here. Danielle, how are you? Happy Sunday?
Happy Sunday. Sunday fun day. I just want to talk about the elephant in the room. I think Big Brother is currently on. And we are not.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah. It's Sunday PM. We had some scheduling kerfuffles and we had to do it at 8 p.m. Eastern on Sunday night, which I think we're counter programming.
We are. We're actually.
I think there was like a number of people watching us on the feed, and the number was cut in half the moment you said it because people were like, "Oh shit, yeah, I guess I could be watching that instead."
But like Brett said, we are the podcast for casuals. Casuals don't have to watch it live. We can watch it at a later date.
Yeah, exactly. I watch I watch the episodes on Friday. I watched 2 of the episodes this week on Friday.
Yeah. And if that's what you relate to, then you're in the right place. This is the podcast for you.
Yeah. If it's like the end of the weekend or if it's Thursday night and you're just like, oh my God, I don't even know what happened. Like I didn't watch the veto thing. Yeah. And then Julie's like, we got a 2-hour episode next week. And like your heart sinks a little bit. And you're like,
you might be listening.
This is the pod for you. Listen, we don't take this shit too seriously, but here we are. I mean, we know what happens on Saturday's pod, aside from Saturday's show, aside from like many of the details of it. But
yeah, we know what's going on. I mean, there's like a whole past week, not even counting tonight's live episode. Yeah. So just to set expectations, it's not like we're doing a live viewing of the episode. We're talking about old stuff that happened last week about people you're going to be like, who? Because weren't they on like weeks ago? Yes.
Yeah.
But that's just like how we roll here. So we had a good week. I think we had a really good week of Big Brother. And I texted Brett that
I almost had a perfect week.
Almost perfect. What would have made it perfect?
If Cam went home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Although I liked the way Brooklyn went out. I thought that was good.
Yeah, I mean, Brooklyn was going to be a high drama exit either way. But like, you know, it happens to the best of us.
Danny after dark. That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Why did you think it was an almost perfect week?
Almost. Well, those are your words. You're quoting yourself.
What did I say? You said it was a perfect week. Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I was texting Brett, like I have something to say on the podcast. And I don't think I've said this before. I don't think there's ever been a better time to be a Big Brother casual than BB26. These episodes, if you're just watching the episodes, are great. They're so fun. Like the competitions, I think, leave a little to be desired. And we'll get into the Ainsley Arena competition on Thursday night. But otherwise, I think the characters they've cast, I mean, we did just lose a good one in Brooklyn. She was sort of our villainess. She looked like the evil queen from Snow White in these past episodes.
Oh, yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
We're losing one.
Have you been on Brooklyn's like socials?
I have not. What am I missing?
Just very highly photoshopped images.
Oh, surprising, because she's so beautiful.
And I understand she's a married mother of 3 kids. Mm-hmm. Presumably her husband's a married father of three kids.
Yeah.
But Leah is out in these streets claiming a desire for a thicker, older man.
I don't know if she's got older. Brett, again, I think you're thinking about yourself.
Wish casting there? Maybe not. We have to get into some Leah stuff later. Like everything I've said about Leah, it's like, let's put on pause. But like, Leah is stealing the valor that Brooklyn lives.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Mr. Brooklyn is unattractive, but he's a larger fella.
Is he like a football player? Didn't she say you'll never know what team he's on? I assumed football because Texas.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know. But I just think the show itself has been like really well edited. It's been really fun. As I'm watching it, I'm like, this is a fun show for fun people. So
I think it's been a good season. And for the most part, I think we haven't been getting too many competitions. I guess we have been getting like this bonus one on Thursday.
Yeah, bonus one.
It's kind of lame.
It's a little lame. We had high hopes for it. It seemed like it could have been cool. It just ultimately like kills any gameplay. And now at least, and this was again a first, well, no, I guess guess they did it last week too. But a big part this week that was fun to watch was like they came back after the Ainsley Arena. Chelsea had won, and Brooklyn started campaigning. She really displayed, I don't know, a set of, would we say cojones? I don't know what we call it, but like she just really played till the very end. Yeah, daring do. She played till the very end, and I loved that. That was thrilling to watch. I loved her calling Tucker out in front of everyone. I haven't been moved to tweet from our account much this.
You've been tweeting up all week.
But I was moved because I was moved this week. And so when you can see that like it's a tweet from Dani, you know that I must be enjoying it or I really hate it. Wait, what? The big bad wolf? What was that?
Yeah, well, I think she said like, she's like, oh, sorry, Joy True in the chat says that Brooklyn said big bad wolf. Because there was a point where Brooklyn said like, they think I'm Little Red Riding Hood. I'm not Little Red Riding Hood. I'm the big bad wolf.
Well, sometimes wolves can make a woof sound.
They are dogs.
Similar to dogs. Yeah, technically wolves are dogs. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was just saying, it's good to be a casual. I've sort of like accepted. I think this is actually part of self-actualization, self-acceptance. Oh, my ring light. I think it's like just realizing like this is who I am. I'm a casual now, and like maybe
I'm super casual. Like I'm trying to watch feeds, but it's like kind of boring and like. And even like I don't have enough time in the day to watch like the Twitter feeds, you know, when people just are clipping stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It's so hard unless something like explosive happens. And it's also hard just because I think I'm going to be so real and people are not going to like what I'm about to say. I think they're like phasing out the feeds. I think they are going to.
We've learned a lot.
We've talked about this before, but like.
Do we need to have the Leah conversation?
Sure. What's the Leah conversation?
Are you aware of what happened with Leah this week?
No.
You know, like Leah has been preemptively canceled, but for what we do not know.
Oh, okay. So I didn't actually miss anything.
No. So here's what happened. I think on one of the days, I think it was like on maybe Wednesday night into Thursday. You know, you don't see everything on feeds. If you don't watch feeds, they only follow 1 to 2 things at a time. There are 4 boxes you can follow, but boxes 1 and 2 are always the same thing, just from different angles. And boxes 3 and 4 are always the same thing, just from different angles. And sometimes all 4 boxes are showing the same thing, just from different angles. So you might be catching 2 or 3 people out at the hammock and 2 or 3 people in the weight room, but there's still another fucking 8 people in the house doing stuff that you're not seeing. So even when they're on feeds, you don't see everything. But anyways, I think it was, let's just say it was Wednesday night. Chelsea is crying about something. And they're like, oh no, what happened? Oh, it was Leah. She said she didn't mean it, but it really hurt my feelings. And someone else goes like, yeah, it sounds like something Leah would do. She has definitely said like 3 or 4 like casually racist things, and production has had to talk to her about it. And then feeds cut for like 9 hours.
Okay.
So everyone's like, what did Leah say?
Oh, no.
Because so like what people have kind of put together on the internet is that like Leah has come close to like, what's his name territory. I don't know. I don't want to put words in her mouth because nobody knows. But like Leah has apparently said a couple things that like touched the third rail, possibly in regards to race, that have upset Chelsea. And that that Leah has been spoken to multiple times over like, yo, we're like significantly showing less feeds this year. Feeds are like on a delay, but like you got to stop with this stuff, because like if we catch you doing this on feeds, like then we have to kick you out of the game. Essentially,
I think it's okay. Go ahead. Sorry.
I just want to say like, hashtag Brett was right. I'm going to claim hashtag Brett was right about this, because I have been saying that there is something dark about Leah that I can't quite put my finger on. And now to find out that she's like preemptively canceled over something that no one will ever see, other than like handful of producers, camera people. I just think Brett was right. I've been saying that Leah is not who she says she is. She's not the sweet girl next door. There's a darker energy about her.
It's a little surprising. I don't know. Obviously, I don't like her if she's saying racist things, but having not seen and not really knowing, I did like her. And I think she seems so progressive. She seems very like 26. So that's very surprising.
Yeah, she lives in Florida, though, you know.
She does live in Florida.
She hangs out with Mackenzie. Mackenzie, I'm sure, is not walls built. I'll say that.
Yeah, exactly. She did not fall out of the coconut tree, and she wants nothing to do with it. Okay, well, I guess Brett could be right. I'm withholding judgment until.
Well, we all have to. Well, I mean, it's the Big Brother fandom, so we're quite easy to paint a target. Yeah. We're quite easy to cancel someone, and it's like, we're canceling you. Typically, don't really know why. We don't have any proof of anything.
Right. I think the Big Brother producers, when they do that, it's more so like them. They really are trying to protect these people.
I think they're trying to protect themselves.
Or protect themselves, yeah. Like, for better or worse, they don't want that stuff to be like representative of the show.
But yeah,
because when you watch the show as a casual, you're like, this is so funny. It's about a woman stealing another woman's cheese. Like, this is not about weird like racism coming out, even though perhaps it used to be.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Big Brother wants. I don't think CBS wants like every year.
The social experiment.
The EW article of like, this player evicted after saying a racism. On the internet, and I don't think they want that headline. It's
because like we don't need to watch Big Brother for that anymore. You know, we have the internet. So we have Twitter, so we don't need to watch the house guests say it's horrible things. It happens all the time.
But to your point, though, like, it seems this year they have, there is a much itchier trigger finger in terms of like cutting to fish, not showing stuff, feeds being down for hours and hours on end. So yeah, we're moving into BB Canada territory. We're having daily digest zone.
Yeah.
And as we've said, when that happens, we'll stop watching Big Brother and we'll podcast about something else.
Well, I don't know if that's true. That's what I'm saying, Brett.
Because we're casual and there's going to be no net difference.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm fully being casual pilled. Where like, because it's so frustrating. It used to be so frustrating to watch the feeds and they'd go down and I'd be like, what am I paying for? What did I also get a VPN? Because I live in Canada. Like, what? Like, it used to really make me mad. Now, when it happens, I think, I guess I'll just close my computer and go take care of my child or whatever, like it doesn't bother me as much anymore. I'm like, whatever, the important stuff will be on the episodes, which I do watch for the most part. So that's just like
Danielle watches many episodes of Big Brother.
Yeah.
Not all.
No. How could I? When they do things like having like, Cody Calafiore talking about strategy 3 weeks into the show. No, thank you. Okay. So back to the season. That's just Dani's overall take of life right now.
Do we want to talk Thursday? Do we want to talk Brooklyn? Do we want to talk?
Let's talk about Tubina.
Gladly. So Tucker's HOH this week, and he really wants to get out Brooklyn, but probably Chelsie. And he sees Quinn as this snake in the grass, but he gives Quinn some opportunities to like fess up to things, and Quinn is honest about it. And Tucker's like, all right, well, I might as well like kind of keep, like, I know what he is. I can possibly work with him, but everyone else is like, we don't want to work with Quinn very much. But Quinn gets taken down anyways. And so it's Chelsie, Cam, Brooklyn, right? And if Brooklyn were to come down after the AI thing, Tucker is saying, I really want Chelsie to go, but everyone else in his alliance, Rubina, T-Core, Chemo, Joseph, they're like, I don't know, kind of Chelsea's better for our game right now. We'd rather have Cam out. Cam theoretically is strong enough to win stuff.
Just side note, I do want to discuss Cam later too.
Oh, we'll get into that.
Okay.
But I'll back into Tubina this way. Rubina and Tucker have a conversation about this in bed, and I'm like, oh, I know this shot. I know this framing. It's from when I saw on the internet that Tubina sealed the deal.
Ooh, when they had sexual congress?
Yeah. And I thought that they were going to show that scene. Maybe not the full sex. Yeah. But like
also why we watched Big Brother.
What was interesting again, I feel like they've been trying to downplay Tubina. Like I feel like if
it's very weird because usually they love a showmance.
If we had Matt Kenzie, like I feel like we'd see a lot of that.
Yeah.
And like Tubina was not even referenced on the show until like a week after it started happening. And they showed this Tucker Rubina conversation that happens like right before they have sex, and they didn't show the sex part. Like, what are we doing? Not that they need to show the sex part, but they could show the kissing, and a saxophone plays for a little bit, and I could infer the rest.
They showed them like getting close to making out in the rock room, right? Like the famous clip of Tubina.
Yeah, but they have not showed them in the.
They didn't show them actually kiss.
No, they didn't kiss in the rock room.
Right. Oh yeah, they just like got so close.
She was the way she was like, no.
I know, it was very sexy. Maybe it's like too hot for prime time, and that's why they don't want to put it on. But I agree, it's very suspicious. Very suspicious. I have to think that it's very much like Tucker's their golden boy. He's this golden goose. He's great TV. He's winning all the comps. He's gonna be on another season. So everybody get ready for that. Maybe it's like when they tell boy banders, like, you can't be seen with a girl. You can't have a girlfriend. You have to pretend to be single.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they're in love.
That's a great call. What I was going to say is like, are we in the sexless summer, 2024, summer of no sex? Because Twisters famously does not end with a kiss. And there was
Steven Spielberg's fault.
Controversy. No, Twister.
Yeah, Steven Spielberg.
Oh, how did Spielberg get involved?
He gave a note on the script saying, "You don't need the kiss, snip, snip," and they listened to that old fart.
And the same thing with the Mark Wahlberg Halle Berry movie that just came out. There was no kiss.
Oh yes,
and the producers are like, we got to save the kiss for part 2. Everyone is saving the kiss, putting the sex on hold because Gen Z hates sex.
Wow.
And do you think this is just in like the pattern of sexless summer 2024?
Withholding the sex. Maybe I find it very surprising because Rubina and Tucker are in love with each other. And I'm rooting for them. I have to say, I think like he's such a walking red flag, but she's so in love with him. So I'm like, okay, girl, you know what? I'm like the bad friend who's like, yeah, go for it. Like,
there was one funny thing. There was one funny thing I read this week too on hamsters, I believe, where I think towards the beginning of the week, Tucker said something. He said, you know what? The kind of girl I like usually has curly hair and doesn't wear a lot of makeup. And then suddenly Mackenzie started having curly hair and Leah stopped wearing makeup.
Oh yes, and they all want him. They all want him, but Rubina's got him, baby. He's locked down with Rubina. The height difference kills me, but no, they're in love. Tubina for life.
Yeah.
Joy in the chat says nobody wants to see old people in love. Gross. Speak for yourself as someone who's seen Something's Gotta Give multiple times.
And I'm the creator of Golden Bachelor. So
yeah.
I created that. I'm waiting for my check, ABC. Waiting for my check, Eisner.
And I also want to call out that in the chat, Matt May gave me a compliment. It's almost like you've matured and have more important things in your life than feeds to me. But to Brett, he said, this was in reference to Sexless Summer. Matt May said, I mean, maybe you are Brett. Brett gets roasted. I get a compliment. That's how it should be.
No comment.
Okay,
so on to Cincinnati.
On Cincinnati?
Yeah. Okay. That was a bad joke. It was a football joke.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So we're pro Tubina on this podcast.
We're pro Tubina, but also like I feel like the show has been derelict in its duty in showing Tubina. Like sex happened like 45 seconds after something. Like they just, we need to be seeing more of it. And like,
they need to make it clear that
I think it's offensive. I think it's offensive.
It is offensive. Okay. I do want to talk about like some other love happenings in the house, which is that Joseph is in love with Leah.
Yeah.
How do you feel about
Joseph? Is the most, Joseph, Joseph is the one that makes sense for Leah, but Leah doesn't know what she wants.
She doesn't want any of these people. Okay.
No.
She doesn't know what she wants. They're all like, they've been in the house for a while and they're all horny for each other.
Yeah.
And then Quinn
I think is in love with Leah as well.
Quinn's in love with Leah too, but she doesn't want him. And
she now is like annoyed with him. She doesn't even want to be friends with him anymore because he's just like.
And it's so sad. I respect her right. Boy. I respect any woman's right to say, I don't want to be your friend anymore. Much like I respect Brendan Gleeson's right to say that to Colin Farrell in a Sheeran.
Banshees, yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Sometimes you just don't want to be friends anymore. I'm done being your friend. And she's allowed to do that too, but it does make me sad because Quinn's just such a little cutie. Like he grows on me more.
Who's the donkey in this situation?
Who's Jenny? Who's Jenny? Joseph might be the donkey.
Angela, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Angela, let's just give it up. Like I said, I had a great time watching TV this week, and that's because of Angela. Why is Angela the only person in all of Big Brother history, or maybe one of few, who realized like the comedic stylings of like using the DR room in new ways, but like in natural, she's like on her knees begging, like
praying. That was a great shot. That was a very like sort of like Northern European framing.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Like worst person in the world. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So Angela's charcuterie board. We need to spend some time on this.
Okay. I want to say yes. Go ahead, please.
Do cheeses stay good for 2 to 3 weeks?
Could they have waited? Maybe like chock full of preservative American cheeses. Yeah, maybe.
Also, we don't know what the Ziploc situation is in the house.
We don't have the
like
Ziploc.
Are there enough? No, but it's like, say you get a thing of cheese, right? And it comes in a wrapping of some sort, wax or plastic, and you open it. You got to put it in a Ziploc if you want to preserve it, right?
Yes. Certain Parmesans will last months. Yeah, or exactly. I'm going to be very sick.
I feel the same way.
Going to catch up with me.
Or like a cheddar.
Cheddar, you gotta use it.
That's gonna turn.
Yeah.
Okay. What did you think of Brooklyn like using the wine glass to like?
I thought it was gorgeous. I loved it.
Was she making that rose of salami with the wine glass?
How does she know how to do that? Honestly, I'm gonna be
married mother.
I know. Mother. I'm being so real and honest right now. I'm being vulnerable on this podcast. But I looked at Brooklyn. I was like, I'm actually inspired by Brooklyn. I'm like, how does she has 4 kids, right? She has 3 more kids than me.
She has 3 kids.
Oh, she has she
said during the wall comp, I have birthed 3 babies.
Okay. She's birthed 2 more children than me. How does she looks so great. She looks amazing. She's
also younger than you.
Oh my God. How does she look so good? I know that she was our villain, but like she's so self-possessed. She knows how to make a rose out of salami. Like she was always cooking and cleaning in that kitchen. If I was on Big Brother, I'd be like, I'm taking a break. I'm not doing anything for anyone. But she was just doing it because she must love it. Is that why? Is that because
she's a trad wife? She's a trad wife.
Well, maybe I should give it a try. I just thought she was very inspiring. So I thought the charcuterie, the fact that she could just do that was incredible, beautiful. I loved it.
Matt May brings up a great question, chat. Why didn't she eat it during her HH? Meaning Angela and her salamis and cheeses. Yeah. Have you ever encountered the snooze you lose doctrine?
I live by this doctrine. Like you get a warning. You get a like, hey, you want this?
I think there should have been a warning.
Yeah.
Brooklyn should have said, hey, I know you're on have-nots. Do you mind if we have some of your cheeses before they go bad?
Are we sure that didn't happen? It does seem like crazy to just use it. It seems crazy.
These people hate each other.
Angela was lying in the living room, not that far away, crying. as they were eating her brie and like honey pepper, honey jack spread or whatever the hell else they got.
Yeah.
The rosemary
What else do you
crackers.
like in the? What else do you like in a charcuterie?
I love charcuterie. I mean, I would love Brooklyn to make me one because I don't even know how I would make a beautiful. You need like a soft cheese, a hard cheese. You need some grapes. You need some nuts. Ooh, a Marcona.
Gherkins?
No.
I don't want
no, thank you.
I don't know. I'm a boy. Boys don't like eating pickles. But
yeah,
I feel like people would want gherkins.
I love pickles, but I don't like teeny little pickles.
Gherkins. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I love a vinegared, some sort of vinegary thing on the side.
What about like a fig? What about like a fig jam?
A fig jam is a classic. I mean, no one ever eats it, but you have to put it out. Oh, do you?
I did buy like a fig jam for like a picnic, and it's just been sitting in my.
Yeah, because no one ever eats it. Even if you brought it to the picnic, everyone.
Danielle,
like,
you've been at my house twice in the last
multiple
2 weeks.
times.
You haven't even had my fig jam.
Why didn't you bust it out? we potted before brunch. We were hungry.
I know. Yeah.
But yeah, I think the most important thing is to have like a good selection of cheeses. Okay. Joy says this is the commentary we come to hate you.
We've been rolling for a little bit. We have a good audience here. People are actively choosing to not watch a live broadcast of Big Brother.
Maybe it's just like, commercials right now.
And the chat is now blowing up with discussion of Fig Jam. So we are the podcast of the people.
Of the casuals.
Make it official, CBS. Pay for us. Pay us.
I want to know something. I want to get Brett's take. Who do you think the AI instigator is? The Ainsley instigator?
I think it's Quinn.
I think it's Quinn too, but now everyone thinks it's Angela.
It might be. I don't think Angela would do a good job at it. Angela doesn't have a poker face.
Exactly. That's the thing. Angela and Tucker. Well, you have to think like who are the stars of the show? Angela, Tucker, kind of Quinn. I think that's it.
Cam. For sure.
Yeah. So,
Cam's like participating in the veto, and it's like, I gotta win this veto to protect myself, and that's it. That's all we get.
Let me go on my little Cam diatribe now that we're talking about it. Oh, real quick. Martin Baird said, never had a fig outside of a Fig Newton. Or outside of a Newton. Sorry, I don't mean to misquote. Well, try a fig jam at your next picnic that Brett's at. There's something about Cam. There's something about Mary, and there's something about Cam. Yeah. Cam lives a life that I want to live. I said I was like hinting that I was kind of jealous of Brooklyn. I'm actually jealous of Cam because Cam have you ever heard the quote from The Sopranos? Sometimes I go about in pity for myself when all the while a great wind blows me across the sky. I might get that.
Christopher probably said that. It feels like Christopher said that.
That's like a beautiful life thing that I think about every once in a while. That's Cam in a nutshell. But Cam doesn't go about in pity for himself. Cam's having a good time because he's just letting the wind blow. Usually this would annoy me in a Big Brother player.
Cam's having an all-expense paid vacation to Studio City for 3 months. Like, Cam's hanging out.
Usually this would annoy
me. Lying down, looking at Leah, like.
Every once in a while, he'll be like, want some chips? Like, I don't know. Like, he's so innocuous. He's just like, he's truly just, he's there. He's there. Is he in any alliances? I don't think so. I guess he was in the one that blew up.
Yeah.
But kind of by accident.
Like, yeah, but I think there's also like the Cam Chelsie Cedric thing. Like, obviously Cedric's not there. Well, so like I would say he's relatively tight with Chelsie. Who did
Chelsea
vote
has a crush
vote to evict him the other day.
But also she has a crush on him and wants
unrequited crush on him.
Oh, it's unrequited.
I would also say he recognized that Tucker's moving things, and approximately 5 weeks into the game, decided to start playing it. And Tucker wins HOH, wins veto, and Cam was like, "Hey man, should we like work together or whatever?" And Tucker's like, "Sure."
Maybe that's why
he's very lightly playing the game. Like
it's a light touch.
I don't know, whatever, Cam. Like, can't wait to lose you in the middle of the double eviction.
Well,
in
maybe
3 weeks,
that's
right?
the thing. You kind of hit it there, where like because we have the world's greatest recruit since Paul in Tucker, like it doesn't bother me as much that we have this other recruit who's like not doing anything, who's clearly was just cast because he's hot and was maybe going to win some comps. Like, the fact that we have Tucker makes me less bitter about having Cam. So
I
job,
mean,
casting
how many
department.
casts are going to go 16 out of 16, right? Like some of these people were going to be duds. And
there's
to be
always
honest,
going to be a Kenny.
There's quite a few duds.
Yeah.
Quite a few duds. I would even say Mackenzie and Leah are duds.
I like them, but yeah, I would agree in that like they're not bringing anything to the game whatsoever. Am I missing something? That's the only thing as a casual, like as a confirmed casual now, that sometimes when I'm watching the show, I'm like, am I missing something? Are Leah and Mackenzie actually like playing a game that I don't know about because I'm not really watching feeds? Okay.
No.
Okay. Like, what am I missing?
Leah's just sunbathing. Like,
because
literally
they're
every
not
moment she's there and she's like pursing her lips and she's looking great. She's looking great out there, but she's just like lying down and like,
and I love her style. But I don't get then usually when you have an alliance and you're making your nominations.
She doesn't have an alliance.
I know, but I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about the current HOH, let's say. Who can we talk about?
The current HOH or Tucker?
Tucker or the current HOH, who is, can I say?
No, we're not in spoilers yet.
Well, but if you're the HOH and you're making your noms, do you think, I should put up a couple pawns from my alliance? Or do you think, why don't I just put up the two idiots who aren't in anyone's alliance? It's a like relatively easy week.
I think let's get into that in a little bit. I think there's two things we need to discuss at least before we move into the spoilers, because I know where you're going and I think it's a good conversation, but I want to stay chronological order. Hide and go veto. We got a question about hide and go veto. Spicy Marco, Discord. Sign up for Discord in the links in the podcast description. Where would you hide your veto on hide and go veto, and how messy would you make it there on a scale of Joseph to BB26 to Brett BB20?
I don't think I would make a big mess. Where would I hide it is a better question. I just don't, because I know I would have to clean it up.
Yeah.
I have enough mess in my life.
I was thinking like slide it behind the fucking refrigerator. Ooh. Like you got to put it behind like a really large piece of like immovable.
I would like, you can't go in the HOH room, right? You have to stay downstairs.
I think they're keeping it downstairs.
Okay. I was gonna say I would draw like a luxurious bubble bath in the HOH and hide it under the bubbles. Where can I hide it downstairs? I would lift up one of the machines in the gym and hope that they have a flat bottom and hide it under there.
Yeah. I thought
I wouldn't make a mess.
I forgot. I don't know who hid theirs inside Quinn's bag. It might have been Brooklyn, but you have to realize that like Quinn's participating in there. I think that was like a very bad, like you almost had a good idea. Not really. Like the people who hide it inside the bags and inside like where clothes live,
cases.
Those get found pretty quickly. I actually kind of liked Mackenzie's one of inside the flower pot and like just and, kind of hiding in plain sight there. But like if you want to hide it in someone's bag, sure. But you want to hide it in someone's bag who is playing. So when Quinn goes inside and he's like, wow, my bag looks like someone fucked with it and put a bunch of shit inside my bag that isn't mine, or like I didn't put in there. So obviously someone messed with it. Bad call. And in the spirit of the memory cards was their browser history that was like locked, right? Anything you want to hide, anything you would like hide from in your browser history that like
anything I would hide in my browser history?
Yeah, or like, is there anything that you want to like fess up to, admit to? Like,
haven't I done enough of that this podcast? I talked about how I wished I was Brooklyn. Haven't I done enough? No, I don't. No, I don't have anything. Everything looks good. It's like, what? You want to see my Pottery Barn couches I'm looking at?
Okay, I have one other thing before we get to spoilers. Okay. We need to talk about the Ainsley comp. The AI arena comp.
Wow. I just was like, I couldn't believe, okay, this competition was so crazy. This was so crazy because as Julie was explaining it to these people, I was like, "Huh, what's she talking about?" Like usually, because like you want to play along, and then it was just gibberish words. I couldn't believe that they got some with those gibberish letters on the screen. I truly
the words.
was
It was just backwards. It was just backwards words.
Okay.
Yes. It was
like,
pretty easy.
I would not have won this.
I gotta say, okay, the veto ceremony is on Monday afternoon, and they don't do so. There's like 3 full days between the veto comp when it's decided who the last 3 are, and when the comp is. They kind of need to have 2 comps ready. They need to have like a physical comp and a smart comp. No offense, but if you have Brooklyn and Cam, there you got to be like, I think Chelsea's pretty smart, and she is because she won.
Yeah,
but like. If you got if it's like the dummy channel in terms of the nominees, you can't put like a complex word game on the.
It was so
screens.
complex,
and it wasn't complex.
Yes,
and then at a certain point, the competition had been going on for like 8 minutes, and they're just like, put the clues front and center on the screen.
But that was what was crazy is once they put the words on the screen, Brooklyn had a right answer, and she changed it to a wrong answer. I was like, okay, I've lost hope for our villainous queen. Who can't read?
She put all of her. I mean, she put all of those marbles into charcuterie class.
And it really, honestly, it's more valuable of a skill.
Making a rose out of salami petals.
Yes, it was so beautiful. That board was gorgeous. I need to find a still of that board. It looks so good. I will say, I've been looking a lot at the food they're serving this year. It usually looks good. Like maybe I'm just hungry whenever I'm seeing it getting posted on a Hamster Watch or whatever. Okay, should we talk about spoilers?
Okay, all right, we're gonna go to spoilers for. I mean, it can't even be spoilers because you're watching this after dang Sunday night's episode.
Yeah,
a Big Brother. Well, spoilers for something that's airing in this moment. Your HOH winner for the week is T-Core.
Yay! It's fun to have someone new, and it's also fun
for sure.
Because
and also someone who we think is like playing the game, beginning to play the game.
Yes.
And now like T-Core I think has been it feels like at least the edit of the show. I don't know if this is what is being experienced in real life, but it feels like the edit of the show. We've now had 2 weeks in a row where it's like setting up this sort of flip where like there's sort of a consensus idea of what the eviction is going to be on Monday afternoon, and Chemo and T-Core do their little work to be like, actually, we kind of want it to be someone else who gets evicted. And if Cam were to have been evicted on Thursday night, then there would have been 2 weeks in a row where we had that. And I feel like the show, at least the TV show, has been kind of making it seem like it's more Chemo's work than T-Core's. But now for the first time, it's like, okay, T-Core, like let's see your moves. Let's see you lay your cards on the table and like choose to go after specific people in this game. So, T-Core is someone who I think most people have said has like very much winner upside. Yes. So having a couple successful HOHs is going to be part of that campaign.
And I think she knows that if she wants to have that winner upside, there is one person that she needs to have. She needs his blood on her hands. And that's Tucker.
Yeah.
So that her nominees are Tucker, Cam,
Mackenzie.
and Mackenzie. I forgot about Mackenzie for a second. Okay, these actually are pretty good noms.
But she's ostensibly she's ostensibly in a competition or in an alliance with Tucker.
Right.
Which is what you were hinting at earlier.
Yes. Well, and this is like, I read about this on the internet. This is my search history. But supposedly she had asked Tucker if he would go on as like a pawn because he can win every comp. So I think she's doing this in a very tricky way because I don't think he is a pawn, actually. I think the trick is actually we want you to stay up just because, you're so good at competitions. And then once his ass is still on the block Thursday night, hopefully after the Ainsley Arena, that's when the wheels will start spinning and she and Chemo will start campaigning to get him out, which is what you should do.
Yeah, I mean, just to spoil it further, there has been a veto competition that has played. It is Sunday night. The veto ceremony has not happened, but Here we go. We're gonna get some DRs from the stranger. Cam is your veto winner. He's gonna get at least one veto. He's gonna get one DR on Saturday, Sunday, or
do you think
Wednesday,
he noticed that he won?
He works out. He works
out.
awards.
Do you think he knows what it means that he won?
No.
I think he's just having a good time, and he's just like, "Ooh, a necklace, cool."
Yeah, he just won Big Brother.
Yeah, yeah. He's just here for the charcuterie, you know.
I think that's a good. Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of like the best. I had not having seen Saturday or Sunday's episode yet, not having seen Wednesday's episode. I think that's probably the best way of reading things, which is like, yeah, sure. Why don't you be a pawn and just take, and you know what? You're gonna win veto anyways. You're gonna win the arena anyways. Like,
however,
you're gonna be safe.
Wait, the second part of what I read was that Tucker was actually pissed at her for nominating him because he was like, he didn't actually want to go on the block. He said, yeah, sure. But so we love a crack. We love a rift. Like these two are pretty tight. I think they were in an alliance. Yeah. And we love, even if Tucker survives, if they don't get him out, which you mentioned at the top of our show, like we need to discuss, like, is getting Tucker out good for the show? But if he stays, that's also good because then we can have like the start of the war between him and Tucker.
Tucker leaving the show would be objectively bad. I mean, so Tucker's definitely going to be one of the three nominees on Thursday.
But they do need to get him out.
It seems like the common understanding is that Cam will use it on himself and that Leah is going to be the replacement.
Which
nominee.
is, okay.
Considering T-Core is kind of she's working with a bunch of people in the house. I guess she's not really working with Quinn. She's not really working with Chelsie, but I think they kind of have a separate thing where they don't really want to nominate each other. They don't really want to target each other. And I think they're kind of like subtly like working with each other on the side, but not like expressly in an alliance.
Mm-hmm.
And so there actually aren't really many people. T-Core's in an alliance with Joseph. She's in an alliance obviously with Chemo, with Angela too. So it seems like it's going to be Leah, Tucker, Mackenzie on Thursday night. And, I would probably give the, I'd bet on Tucker to win the AI arena sort of thing. We'll see what
one of our useless queens is going home.
Yeah, I would imagine it would be Mackenzie though, because I don't think many people, or you know what? Going back to the Leah thing, maybe there's a little maybe feeds cut out Wednesday night. Maybe the producer's like, hey, it'll be really great. He's caused a lot of drama in this house.
That we don't want to explain ever.
Really disgusting drama, stuff that doesn't have a place in our society. Yeah. Leah, it'd be really great if she would just go away.
Well, I guess we'll see. I think it's fun that we have a new HOH. I think it's amazing that Angela is just sticking in there. No one's noticing her. No one's noticing her. No one's really noticing Joseph, I guess. He's playing pretty well.
Yeah, Joseph is. I think someone asked us who our winner picks are, something like that.
Who else is in this house? It still feels like there's a ton of people. But so MJ, Leah, Cam, Chelsie, Chemo, Tucker, Angela, Rubina. Okay. Is that it?
I don't know.
Okay, like that's it. There's only counting. 9 people. There's
no.
9
There's
people?
There's 12. No, there's 11.
No.
T-Core, Cam, Tucker, Mackenzie, Chelsie, Quinn, Angela, Joseph.
Quinn, I forgot about my baby.
Yeah. I mean, you know what, Quinn? Quinn was public enemy number 1 a week ago.
Yeah.
Hanging out, doing nothing. How quickly a week go? A week can do wonders for washing away all of your sins in the game.
It's so true. It's so true. Well, so that's kind of where we're at. So we think that Cam's gonna take himself down. I do think it would be hilarious if they managed to talk him into not doing that because he's Cam. You could probably get him to do that. What does he care?
Yep. Yeah, maybe Tucker's what was a really good move for me was using it on someone else.
Yeah.
You should follow in my bravery.
Martin in the chat says no other way out for Tucker than the back door. He's survivor strong at champs at comps.
I mean, he's already halfway. I mean, if this were a normal season of Big Brother or that didn't have like the AI comp, he would be on, he'd lost the veto competition, right? So like
he'd be
he
out
might,
already.
Tucker might be non-backdoor. He might just be sent home through the front door this week.
Yeah.
Martin.
I guess that's it. Isn't that all that's going on?
Can I'll just back to Brooklyn really quickly.
Oh yeah.
I struggled with Brooklyn a little bit. Like I think she was okay on the show. Like
she was great when she left.
The married mother. Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying. Is why do I feel like on Matt, our beautiful boy Matt, why do these people get more personality than when they're sitting across from Julie Chen? Then they're in the house for like 8 weeks.
I don't know. And I also cannot confirm that Matt does have more personality. I think we were just starstruck.
Or he was maybe feeding off of us.
Yeah. Also, we were giving such good energy. We were
great.
That I think anyone would have come across so good because we were feeding. Yeah, we were giving the good energy. I don't know. I think Brooklyn had a good personality in the house in terms of like she was popular. She like Tucker called out. She has the best social game in the house.
She was in many alliances. A lot of people were very comfortable.
She was liked and people liked her. And it was just like that more fiery side once it came out under pressure. It was fun. It's fun to see people play like that and not just be like, all right, you got me. Good game. Miss my family. Like, what? Like, come on. Give us something.
Married mother. She delivered 3 babies. Beautiful babies.
Okay, should we get some more questions and comments?
Yeah. We have a question in the Discord that I'm not prepared for. Jump for Joy. Can you predict some zings or make up some of your own?
It's gonna be like Leah, you say you like chunky guys, but the only thing you've got is a fat chance to leave the house.
Like, that's a good
one. Joseph, you work in a video store. Maybe you should rewind and yourself away from the house. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to come up with on the spot.
Yeah. What I would maybe for oh God, I just blanked on it. But maybe the Quinn one is the one, or the one where there's usually one that's like a bleep where there's like an F-bomb. Yeah. And maybe the Quinn one is just like, shut the bleep up.
Yeah. But does Quinn talk too much? Is that a thing?
Yeah. Quinn is so, I mean, the fans are annoyed with how much Quinn talks. And that's why Leah doesn't want to be friends with him.
That's why you couldn't even call me a fan. I'm not annoyed. I think he's sweet. I love it. Did we ever talk about, okay, we did talk about Joseph landing a plane full of babies on the Hudson. That was last week. Okay.
Oh, you know what? I have a question. Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay. This one is from our Twitter. Emmy to be fly. If you were both on BB and were back to back in the voting lineup, what silly little dance or handshake would you do in the hallway? Wow. Me and Brett, what would we do? Can't say I haven't thought about it.
We'd give a really firm handshake.
Yeah. We'd give I'd give a light curtsy and I'd say, oh, yes, sir, on your way. Milady.
Gentleman milady thing. I have there was a question from like months and months ago that popped into my head last week. Someone asked, have I tried Coca-Cola spiced Coca-Cola?
They asked you that.
The new Coca-Cola. Well, it was in the Discord. I think it was for both of us. And I was at a party and there were cans of it and I had one. And I would say it was medicinal.
Ew.
It felt medicinal. I think there's like some cinnamon and like extra vanilla and stuff in there, but it wasn't for me. I didn't like it. I'll never have it again. I will never have it again.
I've never tried it. I don't even think they sell it here in Canada. They didn't pass.
Oh yeah, I said spiced Coca-Cola, and you looked at me like a head grew out of my nose. His key in the Discord. Why did Sweet Green stop offering seasonal menu items, and what can we do as a community to fix this? Great question.
Wow, I can't believe they did that. Again, we don't have Sweet Green here in Canada, but I have had it. I do love it. I used to be a Sweet Green girly. I would get my guacamole greens, sub out the greens for kale. Make sure you get the roughage.
Get the guacamole greens. No greens, please.
Seriously. It's so much better. It's so good. Yeah.
I don't go to Sweetgreen. I don't know if I've ever been to a Sweetgreen. I probably have been once or twice. I don't go. So there's no seasonal menu. So we're about to enter PSL season. There's not going to be some sort of like pumpkin squash salad. I would love it. I would love a butternut squash salad. Sounds great.
Butternut squash salad? Disgusting. Ugh, keep that. Put that in a soup. Keep it out of my salads. Am I right? I do think, just so everyone knows, the reason they probably did that, Sweetgreen, is because they're owned by venture capitalists. It's like everything in this world. They only give you the good stuff for so long, and then they reveal themselves and what they think of you, the customer. You know what they think? They think you're a squealing little piggy, and they're just going to keep taking things away from you. And so I agree with Pisgy. We need to stand up as a community for what's right. Didn't the Chipotle community come together and say it isn't right how the portions have gotten so small, and now Chipotle apologized and is going to fix it? I think we should take that as inspiration. Yeah. I think we need a married mother as a spokesperson. I think I know the right one now that she's not in the Big Brother house.
Oh, she would love to. She would love to. I'm sure Brooklyn will be available for influencer deals.
Yes. Oh, yes. We did get another question from MA2BFly. Do you think they tell them the rules of the live competitions ahead of time, especially the AI arena? Like, what if they actually did have questions? I thought this was a good question because this week's AI arena was just so terrible that I had questions. But yes, like Brett said, I think they just do the Julie asking if they're all ready and if they have questions for the show. It's like they've been prepped.
Yeah. Okay, so Julie's gonna ask you if you're ready to go, and if you have any questions. You don't. The answer to that question is I'm ready to go.
Thank you, Julie.
But also the way they structure that show is like A block, B block, C block, right? At the beginning of the B block, it's like Brooklyn, Cam, and Chelsea are in the AI arena. They're ready to go. And there's like a full block of like recap stuff plus a commercial break before they're in there and they're ready to go for like probably like 11, 12 minutes before the competition starts. I can guarantee you there is a producer there explaining what it is.
Yeah.
But what the producer can explain is like how to read. And it's like, okay, well, the words are going to be up there, but the words are going to be backwards.
And I would have needed that. I would have been like, what does that say? I have a question. What does that say?
Like, the letters are going to be forward, but the order of the words is going to be backwards. And you're going to have to like transpose and kind of.
If Brett and
I figured it out. I'm watching it. I'm like, it's the elephant bar mitzvah. It's burger bouquet, whatever.
If Brett and I were ever on Big Brother together, famously playing the podcaster duo season of Big Brother, and it was like we were on the block and it all came down to me winning this competition, I would absolutely eat shit and we would lose so badly.
I'm so mean to you. So like it would be like you and me, first of all, you and me.
Yeah.
Harry and Meghan.
Harry and Meghan.
Dax Shepard and
his
Kristen
wife.
Bell.
Yeah.
And I'm so mean. So I was this afternoon went over to my friend's house. One of my other friends like has a Meta Quest 3 thing.
Yeah.
We're like playing this thing, and I'm just me. I'm like incredibly mean when I get frustrated, and like so I don't own it, but like this other friend has it who owns all the games and plays all the games all the time. And we're playing this baseball game, and I'm like, how do I run to first base? And he's like, I don't know how to explain it. You have to like move your arms, or I'm like, what button do you press? He's like, I don't know what button.
He just wanted you to lose.
I can't explain it. And I'm like, you're not saying words to me right now. None of this is helpful. And I'm just mean. And that's
you'd be mean to me. Would our friendship survive? I don't know if it would survive the Big Brother house.
No. I think it would, because I think you would vote my ass out.
Yeah, the first chance I'd get, I'd be like, Brett's being mean to me. I'm voting him out. We were supposed to play this game together, but I think that's it for questions and comments.
I think so as well.
Thank you all so much for your questions and comments and for joining us instead of watching the actual Big Brother show. I bet we had more fun here, and you can always just go watch it now on YouTube TV or something. Not sponsored.
Yeah, type in our promo code. Salami Rose.
So I'm gonna name my next child Salami Rose. Thank you for listening. Thanks for questions and comments. Email us, heyjuliebigbrother@gmail.com.
I keep just like tapping the bottom of the email jar and nothing comes out.
The email jar. And join the Discord, and we'll see you next week, right? Right?
I hope so.
Bye, Julie.
Bye, Julie.